What's going on YouTube? It is Dr. Tommy Martin, a combined internal medicine and pediatric resident, and today I want to share with you my unbreakable schedule. So if you are someone that is struggling finding time in your day to do things that you want to do things that you have to do, and just to enjoy your day-to-day life, this video is for you. But before we get to the video, I want you to know that you are greatly, greatly loved, and that you are wonderfully and beautifully created, and that you are capable of far more than you could ever imagine. Let's get to the video. So before we get started, you need to grab a pen, a sheet of paper, or a notebook so we can get started. As we create this unbreakable schedule, there's a couple things that you're gonna have to do and to keep in mind. So I like to break it down into absolute time and recovery time. So absolute time is time that you do not get back, time that you cannot change, time that is fixed no matter what. And so whether you're a medical student, in residency, in undergrad, this is time where you may be in class, or you may be at work, or you have obligations that you cannot change. So what I'm gonna have you do is create a schedule, and it's gonna seem crazy at first, but with your pen and sheet of paper, I want you to start at 4 a.m. and go all the way till 9 p.m. So you should have something like this. Or if you want to, you can click the link in the description below, print it out, and fill this out. So again, 4 a.m. to 4 a.m., but you're gonna be going to bed at 9 p.m. But anyway, so fill it out something like this. And then the very first thing that I want you to do is go ahead and put in any of your absolute time. So we're gonna put at 4 a.m. that we are waking up, that we are getting ready for the day, and that we are starting our morning routine. So you can see what mine is right there. I wake up at 4 a.m., I Bible study, I drink my coffee, and I get ready for the day. Now, depending on your work schedule or your daily life schedule, your absolute time may start as early as 5 a.m. When I'm working in the medical ICU, my absolute time starts right then. And that means nothing else from 5 a.m. until I get off of work can go in there, because that is absolute time that is blocked off and I can't do anything about it. And then, so before we move on to the rest of it, you may say, well, why in the world do you have me waking up at 4 a.m., Dr. Tommy? And the reason being is a few things. One, the rest of the world is asleep. There will be no distractions. There will be no one messaging you. There will be no one trying to take away from your attention to do things that you need or want to do to accomplish the things that you want to. So I believe that there's a golden period, a golden time when a lot of the world is asleep, where your productivity is going to skyrocket, and that is 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Those 2 hours are golden hours that I think is where productivity will absolutely skyrocket, and that's why we start our day so early. So let's say that you do not have to be at work at 5 a.m., that you don't have to be at work till 8 a.m., then that means you have 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. to get a lot of stuff done. And then if you do not have to put absolute time there, this is where we'll put in recovery time. So far what we have is waking up at 4 a.m., doing our morning routine, and then plugging in your absolute time, where whatever that is for you. If you work 8 to 4, then that's your absolute time. If you work, I don't know, 5 a.m. to 4 p.m., then that's your absolute time. So you're gonna plug that in. And then you might have a family, you might have children, you might have to pick them up from daycare. You're gonna go ahead and block in that absolute time. And then in all the other spaces between those periods to where you go to bed at 9 p.m., everybody is going to bed at 9 p.m., and I'll talk about why in a second, you're gonna put recovery time. And this recovery time is for whatever you want it to be. So recovery time means what rejuvenates you, what makes you happy, what helps you feel fulfilled, what decreases your burnout. So some examples, for me, it'd be working out, spending time with my beautiful wife and my sweet baby boy. It would be working on social media projects such as this one. It would be responding to messages and emails, because that uplifts me and I enjoy helping people. And so yours could be a multitude of various different things, and that's what you want to put into your recovery time periods. All right, so we have already blocked off all of your absolute time, the time needed for sleep, which is 7 hours. So the reason we pick 7 hours is because 7 hours is the minimal amount of sleep that we need to make sure our body recovers, that our mind is functioning at high that our mind is functioning at high capacities, and that it's helping to regulate our hunger hormones and our stress hormones. So 7 hours is the minimal. Now, ideally, we would get 8 to 9 hours, but some people, especially during residency, that's just not possible. So I like to cap it at 7 hours, and I get 7 hours of sleep every single night. So after we do the absolute time, we plug in our sleep, then we have the time for recovery, and I'm gonna break it down to you just so you can see how it may look. So this would be an extreme day when I'm working in the medical ICU, but you can see right here that my absolute time starts very, very early and goes till about 4, and then my recovery time is after. But after you guys have watched this video, I hope you have been able to fill a schedule out like this, that you will be able to see just how many hours are in a day, how much you could actually get done in a day, and how much free time that you truly, truly have in a day. We have to remember that there are 24 hours in a day, and I truly believe we very seldomly maximize all of that time, and a lot of time goes wasted. Whereas if you follow a schedule like this and you're able to do it all throughout undergrad, you're able to do it throughout medical school, you're able to go do it throughout residency, you will see just how much time you have in a day. So anyway, this is my daily schedule, what I like to call my unbreakable schedule, utilizing my absolute time, my recovery time, and ensuring I have adequate sleep. All of this hopefully to set me up for success and accomplish more than I ever thought that I could do. All right, so that is my daily schedule, and I hope it helps you to create a schedule that'll help you maximize your time and accomplish more than you ever thought you possibly could. Before I go, I want you guys to check out the link in the description. Again, that is a free Word document where you can print it out, utilize it, plug in all of your absolute time, recovery time, and your sleep to make sure you're maximizing your time. Before I go, I want you to know that you are greatly, greatly loved, and that you're wonderfully and beautifully created, and that you are capable of far more than you could ever imagine.